Today, we're taking a closer look at one of the most visually striking and oddly named spiders in the hobby, the David Bowie Huntsman spider. At first glance, it almost looks unreal. Long, flattened legs, a lightning bolt pattern across its body, and a posture that makes it seem more like something from a sci-fi world than the natural one. The David Bowie Huntsman spider was first described in 2008 by German arachnologist Peter Jäger. He discovered this species in Malaysia while studying huntsman spiders in Southeast Asia. When he saw the spider's unique patterning, especially the bold zigzag markings on its body, it immediately reminded him of the iconic face paint worn by David Bowie during his Ziggy Stardust era. But what's even cooler is the story behind its name, its behavior in the wild, and how you can actually keep one in captivity. Let's get into it. That resemblance is exactly how it got its name, Heteropoda David Bowie. It's a perfect example of how science and pop culture can collide in a really cool way. Identifying this species is actually pretty straightforward if you know what to look for. The David Bowie Huntsman has a flattened body typical of huntsman spiders, with long, laterally spread legs that give it that crab-like stance. Adults can reach a leg span of around 4 to 6 inches. What really sets it apart is the pattern. The carapace features those jagged, lightning bolt markings, usually in shades of brown, tan, and cream. The abdomen is more muted but still carries subtle patterning. Combined with their size and posture, they're unmistakable once you've seen one. Like most huntsman spiders, the David Bowie Huntsman is a fast, nocturnal hunter. It doesn't rely on webs to catch prey. Instead, it actively roams at night, using speed and stealth to ambush insects. They're generally shy and will prefer to flee rather than stand their ground. However, they can be quite quick, so if you're handling or rehousing one, you need to be prepared for sudden bursts of movement. They also tend to favor vertical surfaces to rebark, rock faces, or inside crevices where their flattened bodies allow them to squeeze into tight hiding spots during the day. That flattened body and those long, sideways legs aren't just for looks, they're adaptations for their environment. Living in forests and on tree trunks, they need to stay close to surfaces and move quickly in tight spaces. The sideways leg orientation gives them incredible agility and speed. As for the bold patterning, it likely serves as camouflage. The jagged lines break up the spider's outline, helping it blend into bark and shadows. In the dappled light of a forest, those patterns make it much harder for predators and prey to spot them. If you're thinking about keeping a David Bowie Huntsman, their care is relatively straightforward, but definitely geared toward more experienced keepers. You'll want a vertically oriented enclosure, something around 8 by 8 by 12 inches or larger for an adult. Height is more important than floor space. Provide cork bark slabs or hollow rounds so they have places to hide and feel secure. Bigger is always better if you have the space. Inside the enclosure, cork bark is your best friend. A large vertical slab or a hollow cork round gives them a place to hide during the day, which helps reduce stress and encourages natural behavior. You'll usually find them flattened up against the bark or tucked into a crevice. For substrate, you don't need anything fancy, just a base layer of cocoa fiber or similar material to help hold a bit of humidity. Light misting a couple times a week is enough. You don't want it soaking wet, just slightly humid to mimic their natural environment. Ventilation is important too. Since they're fast and sensitive to stagnant air, make sure your enclosure has good airflow while still maintaining humidity. And always double-check your lid. These guys are escape artists, and their speed will surprise you if you're not ready. Set it up right, and you'll have a display that not only looks natural, but lets you observe one of the fastest and most unique hunting spiders out there in action. The David Bowie Huntsman spider, one of the most visually iconic huntsman spiders in the hobby, with a name, history, and look that make it stand out from just about anything else in the arachnid world. From its discovery in the forests of Malaysia by arachnologist Peter Jäger to its unique patterning inspired by David Bowie, this species is a perfect mix of science, art, and natural design. Fast, flat, and built for life on vertical surfaces, it's a true example of form meeting function in the wild. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell. And stick around. There's always another incredible invertebrate waiting to be explored. If you're looking for exotic pets, you can find me on Morph Market under Legion Exotics and visit my website https://legionexotics.myshopify.com.